This is Struggling to Succeed. Can you put happiness at the center of your life? I say yes, and to get to that answer, I'm going to take you on a little journey of why and how I came up with that. If you had asked me between 2 years to a year and a half ago, if you could put happiness at the center of your life and relate all your decisions back to that idea, I probably would have laughed at you. At that time, I was in a high stress job that I wasn't really enjoying, and I kind of felt trapped. The job was draining me, didn't want to do anything after work. It just wasn't a great environment for me to be in, and I wasn't surviving or thriving. When I left that position, I definitely went on a little bit of a journey to find out why I was so unhappy in the previous role, reasons that I was wanting to change, and really looking for a different way, because if I didn't, I kind of felt like I might have ended up in the same position in the next role or career choice that I went into. To help me on the way and to really formulate some of the ideas around putting happiness in the center of your life, I read a book by Gretchen Rubin called The Happiness Project, and I also follow an entrepreneur called Dean Grazioli, who has a online course which I completed and also has some books that I read, and him with his good friend Brendan Bouchard also kind of touch on this idea about putting what energizes you and what fuels you in the center of your life. Well, Gretchen Rubin's book, The Happiness Project, talks about doing things that make you happy, like having projects, actually having a project that you can focus on, that gives you a creative outlet. To get back to the point about putting happiness in the center of your life, it was a little bit of a revolutionary idea at the time, because I couldn't really figure it out. I couldn't really, well, what do you mean put happiness? Well, happiness is sitting watching Netflix for 10 hours and eating ice cream, or, happiness is going out and partying. And it wasn't really until I sort of had pulled back those ideas about what happiness is to me and formulated about what I actually wanted to do in my life, or what I wanted to spend my time doing. What was my unique abilities, or what did I enjoy doing? And that is where the happiness comes from. And that's where I started to relate back putting happiness in the center. And this kind of project and this kind of idea might take you a while to actually implement in your own life. Before you can formulate your ideas around what makes you happy, you need to figure out what you like to do and what you don't like to do. I found in my life things that I was not enjoying anymore, maybe going out late, staying up late, drinking, certain work projects, doing certain things, certain kind of jobs, certain kind of career paths, were just a complete absolute no to me going forward, because I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore. For instance, one of the big things about me stepping forward and putting happiness in the center, even though I really enjoy talking to people and really enjoy selling to people, I personally didn't want to work in sales anymore. I felt like I wanted to move into a different environment in my life, and that working in a sort of aggressive sales environment where it's cutthroat, where 50% of the people are there to help and support you, but the other 50% of the people would quickly stab you in the back, take your sale, manipulate the situation, lie and cheat. And I just didn't want to work in that kind of environment anymore. Yes, the money can be good. Yes, you can make six figures in those environments, and that's fantastic. However, what toll does it take on you? And just to go off on a bit of a sidetrack here, the more that I went on my personal development journey, and actually the further that I went down a more of a spiritual or actualization journey, and the more I kind of went on a sort of a stoic journey as well, the less I wanted to be in those environments, the less that I wanted to put myself into those environments. Yes, the Stoics talk about training yourself and testing your new skills in difficult environments, but I'd really just kind of got to the end of working in retail sales. This brings me back to the point about, can you put happiness at the center of your life? And also relating to the previous video when I discussed work-life balance. I've definitely found in my struggling to succeed journey, as I have put happiness in the middle and linked things back to that, I have found that my work-life balance has pretty much disappeared. It's not something that I concern myself with, because pretty much everything that I do in my life connects back to my circle of happiness. I'm quite happy to work after longer hours if I'm enjoying myself. I'm quite happy to do things, like extracurricular activities and projects like my YouTube channel, on top of having a 35-hour, 40-hour top week, on top of having really strong social relationships with a group of people. These things fuel me. So when you're constantly in a world or a life where pretty much everything that you touch fuels you in some sort of way, you don't get tired. You don't get pissed off. Yes, you still have to sleep, and yes, you still probably have to pull yourself out of bed once or twice. You're energized. But when I hang out with certain friends of mine, I come away from them feeling energized, because I decided in my wheel of happiness, on top of the activities I want to do, the people I want to be around with. There's certain people in my life I've fucking walked away from. I've just, bye. Like, you're a nice person, but when I hang out with you, it's draining. And, some people might feel the same about me. So it's a give and take. You try to find the people in your life that you enjoy being around, that fuel you and don't make you feel burdened with things. There's plenty of people out there that like to dump on people. I've definitely been a dumper with my parents. They would definitely agree that I've gone through a stage in my life where I use them as a sounding board. Thank you very much. I love you. But I think I've grown through that, and I'm no longer dumping on people. And also my wife would probably say, when she was still my girlfriend, that when I was developing my career and going through a difficult time in my previous role, I was definitely coming home and dumping on her, and that put a strain on our relationship. But through growth and through making decisions, by putting happier things in the middle of my life and directing all decisions out of this happiness funnel, all of a sudden I don't dump on people anymore, because I'm not pissed off. I'm not pissed off that I have worked long hours. I'm not pissed off that I've got lots of projects and lots of things to do. I enjoy these things because I enjoy doing these things. These things fuel me. I get excited to do these things. I look forward to coming up with video ideas for struggling to succeed. I look forward to going to work because I have an opportunity to grow and to learn and to influence those around me. These are golden opportunities in your life to progress and do things. And while previous roles did also offer me golden opportunities, there were too many negative things. And I stuck around in those roles for too long in my struggling to succeed journey, in my life journey, not so to speak, but actually factually in my life journey, because I kind of kept, as I discussed in my last video about chasing, I was chasing something that I didn't even want, or I was chasing something I didn't know about, and it was like, it just didn't work. So by really being more strategic, by being more thoughtful, and by planning and actually working out what I like to do, and making all that be linked back to, things that fuel me, you 100% can have a life where you put happiness first. Well, that's it from me this week. I hope you're happy about this video. If you are, please go ahead and hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can follow along and get lots more content on my struggling to succeed journey. My mission here is to deliver you guys bite-sized videos that can hopefully get you started on your own personal development journey. Thanks very much for watching. I hope to see you next week. And as always, make it a good one.